We're standing on the southeast corner of Portland and Franklin Avenues, just about a mile south of downtown Minneapolis. And we're standing in front of Hope Community's headquarters. These are our relatively new headquarters that were built in 2003. Hope Community is a nonprofit, what's called the Community Development Corporation, or CDC. And what many CDCs, including Hope Community, do is be present in a neighborhood that is devastated and start to develop a vision for change.
We are at my old neighborhood where I grew up, and that house right there, this is home for me. This is my community, Hope Community. When I first grew up, Hope Community was just this building right here. This right here was where we had all our events, all our kids program. We used to do all of our homeworks over here, after school tutoring. We used to do community yard work over here. That's our garden.
Within a 1 square block radius, like I said, almost 200 units of our housing are located within that 1 block. As Mary mentioned, Hope developed a vision for these 4 vacant corners. We're on the southeast corner. This is phase 1. Southwest corner was phase 2. The northeast corner is phase 3. And yet to be developed is the northwest corner, phase 4.
We're not going to move away. We're not going anywhere. We're not going to let crime, we're not going to let, any of this negative events going on, push us and drive us away. So it was pretty much the power of the people. People pretty much came together and said, you know what, this is our community, what do we need to do to improve it? And then, with the help of the Hope Community staff members, they pretty much took the voice of those people and said, you know what, this is what we can do to help you guys, but we need you guys to come forth and help us. You guys need to meet us halfway.
Affordable housing is, I think, key to the economic health and the vitality of our region. Families who are in safe, stable housing will be more successful at work. Their kids will be more successful at school. Their neighborhoods will be stronger and better, and the entire community will be more prosperous.
I have a pretty clear philosophy on government that you need to spend more time and money where there's more need. Not only because it's the right thing to do, but it's a smart thing to do. It'll pay off in the end. Now the city has put a lot of money into this corner, about $6 million from our Affordable Housing Trust Fund. But stop and think about what this has done. We have won back one of the most pivotal blocks in South Minneapolis. And when I say won back, I mean this is the place where people from every culture and community come together, where the daycare now has kids from who are going to represent the future of Minneapolis, where something that could have been really a huge problem that had implications for blocks around it is now sort of the shining star. That is worth it.
Personally, Hope Community helped me both academically and professionally. When I was younger, my mom was working all the time. She was a single mom, and there weren't really, that homework help wasn't there. And I always used to get that academic support from Hope Community. They used to always, they were engaged in how well I was doing in school. They were pushing me, they were driving me, they were motivating me. And I excelled academically because of the, the young achievers that used to come over here and they would tutor us.
Well, you're talking to somebody who, quite frankly, was homeless 2 or 3 times in their life. And this was back when I was still working. There's a thing called the working poor. And I think that the reason why people are still considered to be poor, even though they're working 2 jobs, sometimes 3 jobs, is because of the cost of living. So the problem that we seem to have, for the most part, in our particular experience, is trying to get other people to understand that it is easier to basically live in an affordable housing unit and be able to have to afford other things in your life. That's the reason why you should have affordable housing. It's not just to give somebody a crutch, per se, but a leg up, if you will, to giving them the opportunities that they need.
These houses are beautiful, and whether or not, it doesn't matter how expensive the house is, the family that lives there, we all have the same views. We all want to, we want happiness, we want to succeed, we want great lives for our kids, we want, education. We all have the same values.
Homes for All is a co-production of Minnesota Housing Partnership, Metropolitan Consortium of Community Developers, Minnesota Community Land Trust Coalition, and TPT's Minnesota Channel. Major funding was provided by the McKnight Foundation. Additional funding also provided by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Minnesota Foundation and Minnesota Housing.